Welcome to Nature's Wild Playground, and today I'm going to be working in my sweet potato bed. My soil is lacking phosphorus, potash, and nitrogen. With these mulches that I'm going to be using, I'm going to show you what it does to help your soil, because I have it done in other beds. So let's get started. Down below me I have grass clippings. The grass clippings are going to, oh, we don't want that in there. Grass clippings are going to automatically add nitrogen to your soil. That is the only mulch that does this. I also use straw from our rabbits, and of course I have rabbit manure right here, which is an excellent fertilizer, and that's one fertilizer you can use right away. The other one I'm not going to use, but is an example. The only wood chips that I had were red wood chips. And the reason why I don't use red dyed wood chips in my beds is because, one, they're dyed. It's not natural, it's not organic, and some of them have chemicals in them, so we're just going to throw those right out. So what our mulch is going to do for our beds is it's going to help keep the microorganisms from dying off from the first inch of your soil to the top, because the heat will do that, and it's going to help keep the soil really moist. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over to our carrot bed and show you that the soil is moist over there. It may be a little hard to see. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to, but as you can tell, that's pretty wet. And the further we go down, the wetter it is. Let's see if we can't get a sneak peek of these carrots down here. Oh yeah, them are beauties. Getting good size down there. That's exciting. We'll cover that back up. Put our mulch back on there. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the stick. I'm gonna drive it right into the ground because I want the soil up so high. Get some of this out of here. I'm gonna stack that soil just like that in two different spots. With those strawberries. There we are. Oh, I better cover those roots back up. I just exposed them. I don't want that sun taking a torture and a beating on it. So when you do your mulch, you want it at least an inch thick. Okay? There we go, that's about an inch. I'll come down here, and I'm going to do one about the same height, the best that I can. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll come down here and steal some soil. Those roots are going all over the place. Alright, so we have one with just plain dirt. We got the one with the grass, and the one down here with the straw, or the straw. Pluck that out of there. Now I do have my garden hose, just to show you exactly what the rain's gonna do to it. Let me adjust this because it comes out a straight stream at first, and we don't want that powerful stream. See how that water's just freaking beating on that soil and flattening it? Now I'm going to do this the same here. I'll even do this one a little bit longer. And then we have the one down here. And this will show you how much that your mulch will protect your soil. Alright, we'll turn that off. I don't want to get my plants too wet. It's still really early in the morning. So remember, we put our stick. Where did my stick go? There it is. We put our stick all the way down to this little piece here. So it actually eroded it quite a bit. Now we go over here. I'm going to take this grass off here, as careful as I can. I don't want to get too much dirt. And stick that all the way down. And there's the top of the dirt mound that I've created just for the grass. And now our hay, our straw, sorry. Oh, grab our stick. Put that big boy in there. And you see the difference between the three of why you want to mulch your garden. Now your mulch is obviously going to keep your plants moist throughout the day, which you definitely want to do. I don't know if that needs to be covered up, but I'm going to cover it up anyways. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to mulch this bed with what grass I do have, because I do need the nitrogen in this bed. I'll go through, I'm going to mulch around the base of these sweet potato plants, because some of these are taking root down here on the farther stem to create more sweet potatoes in the garden, so I definitely want to leave those in there, so that way we get more produce and we can can that. So how's everybody doing today? Just leave a comment, let me know how you're doing today. I'd really enjoy seeing those comments. Any questions, feel free to ask. I don't mind answering them. Although the grass is not going to help with the phosphorus issue and the potash issue, I still went ahead and used it because I'm lacking nitrogen in this bed, and it works as a good mulch. It releases nitrogen into the soil automatically. And the grass clippings are all organic. along with the straw that I use to the rabbits. So both of them can be used either in your compost or straight in your garden bed. It really depends upon what you prefer to do. There are several different types of mulches you can use. Obviously, you got your grass that you can use. That's natural and organic. As some of you know, I should say, I fenced off my garden area because of the dog, and the dog's urine's pretty freaking strong, at least his. So I've been putting apple cider vinegar into his water to help with that issue, but I still don't want to use it in my garden beds. We have the straw that we used for the garden beds to help keep the moisture in. The reason why I'm using the straw is not only because the rabbits use it, and then I reuse that from them, which in returns is a natural manure and also a great fertilizer there too. And mulch. The other things that you can use pine, which I use pine bedding because that's what we started with the rabbits. We used pine bedding or pine shavings. I use that on my strawberries because they like a little bit more of acidic soil. So if you have plants that like your acidity in the soil, like your blueberries and your strawberries, you can use that as a mulch around those plants that love the acid. Another good mulch would be leaves. If you notice out in the woods, on the trails you may walk, nature has a way of putting down its own mulches come fall, between twigs, branches, and leaves. Now if you go and move those leaves, that soil underneath those leaves it's gonna be moist. That's where you're gonna find your worms and all that other stuff too. So those are just a few more ideas for you. You can also use tree barks. That one's completely up to you. I prefer not to, because you do have some issues with that. Like you have the there's a lot of sap in the pine, and when the pine gets a wound on the tree, in a matter of speaking, it oozes its sap out of the tree onto the bark, which creates that sticky residue, and that's way too much acidity for me. So that's the reason why I enjoy using the mulches that I do use. And not only can I get the grass for free, I can get leaves for free. And yeah, we paid $30, was it? Roughly $30. I can't give an exact amount right now without looking, for our straw, but it goes through different stages of being used before it comes to me. Another good mulch is compost. We use compost when it comes to at the end of the year, and I'll do a video on how I prepare my beds for winter, since we got 4 seasons up here. And our channel goes according to our seasons. So we're going to be doing a little bit of camping this year, foraging. There'll be trapping again this year, fishing of course. So we go according to season on that. Welcome to Nature's Wild Playground, and today we are going to be working on different types of organic mulches. So stay tuned. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks a bunch.